At first, JPAC Okwanyonu, I was supposed to attach your picture here, but maybe I will hold a special program or a different program for this, where I will address you properly. And as such, I would like you to take precaution, because can you all hear me now? Should I lower the music? While on this live broadcast, every form of distractions, I'll make sure I block the person immediately. Let me do the needful before I go into my message. Alright, JPAC, I was supposed to attach your picture here, but I'm not going to do that now. Maybe next time I will address you specially, or in a different live section. Then before I go on, it is my song. If you want it, my numbers will be dropped here. You can chat me. I'll send them to you. Before I go further, JPAC, I would address you in a different video, and I would like you to take precaution when I do the needful. But right now, I want to address this video to you, my fans, my listeners, those who has been following me all this while. Many of us, we are going to start talking about the release of Aqua, Oyeze Jesus, and AK Hit. You can verify this yourself. I've never benefited a kobo from Aqua. Somebody said here, he said it is so unfortunate that how many of us never talked about or condemned the act of these native doctors until they were the police net. My dear, I used to make videos of such, cautioning them on their character, their conduct. I've done that severally to Aqua, and many of them were not happy about it. Just as I continue making video calling for the arrest of AK Hit, and of which I will never stop doing that. But I want to address the governor of Anambra State, and I know close by he hears me, he watches my video, or those close to him does the same thing. But I want to use this great opportunity to tell you that keeping people in the cell for this long is very, very wrong. It's very, very wrong. They should appear before the court, and if they get bail, let them go. If they get bail, let them go. An executive governor has a way he does his things. He has to obey the rule of law. I need you, my listeners, to go and verify this. Nobody paid me for this. Nobody even begged me for this video I am making tonight. But that the rule of law may have impact, may still have its say in the society. These people should be brought before the law court, or they should be released. If they meet up with a substantial... Somebody said this is the law. I don't understand how many of you think lucky. Keeping someone in custody. Keeping someone in custody for this long is wrong. It is wrong. Bring them before the law courts. Let them face trial. If they get bail, let them go home. All of them. It was so difficult. It was so difficult for the police, the government of Anambra State, to arrest Akuna Ratugo. But it is easy for the government of Anambra State to arrest AK Hit. AK Hit, forget about those noises AK Hit make on the internet. AK Hit is just a content creator. Everybody who has sense knows. I am aware. AK Hit has no fence seek. And therefore, for this purpose, the first person that they were supposed to have arrested was supposed to be this man who has human corpse, dead bodies in his own custody, claiming that his deity by those people. That should have been the first person the government would have arrested. Then, as I speak to you, I went in the Fulani, Atomijibo, Swanka. I went in the Fulani all over our bushes. And arrest has never been made against even one. Ndebega our land, ne broke people, ne kidnap our people. It will interest you to know that one day, this thing the governor of Ebonyi State is doing currently. Okay? Here, the governor of Ebonyi State is currently doing. Do I say not against the Igbos or something? I can't even tell, because the predictions of men reveals the secret of God at times. They've told you what is coming to the land, and you fail to take action or do something. Sir, these particular people that are in detention now, Oyeze Jesus, Oyeze committed a crime, but even at that, I suggest he be brought to the courts. And if he gets bail, let him go home. While he gets bail, coming to the court from his house, for example, he will no longer come on the social media to pose as a bad image to our people. He will be so distracted by the court proceedings. Even this Aqua of a person will not do that. We have a lot to do in the society. If there are need to get these people arrested and start prosecuting them, then there are so many of them, man past man, many of them are there. You can extend it to Ezobi. You can extend it to so many of them. Jig is still moving about. Those people who has influenced the ground, who has watered the ground for these native doctors, they are still there waiting for them to come back. And no arrest has been carried out on any of these people. They are still moving about. Now, there are protocols that deserve some observations. There are certain things I consider while I do my things, or I decide on what to do. Please, at this point, let us consider the family of these people in custody currently. So, keeping them in custody will not necessarily strengthen the laws of our nation. And as such, I therefore call on the attention of the governor, the state government, that these people should appear in court rather than keeping them in custody. While you keep them in custody, the gospel truth is this: there is no cell you can keep Aqua today that Aqua will not influence one or two police officers or one of the officers there. They will start going about bringing the things he needs for them, eye service and thereabouts. In the cell, what will happen? Did you keep him in a separate cell? This is a high-profile case. And I also know or believe that upon investigations, everybody listening to me tonight, I want to make sure by the grace of God you're going to go home with one little sense, no matter how little it is. And I will tell you far that you may understand. I want you to pick something while you leave this live broadcast. It is possible that there are certain things found in Aqua's phone upon investigations and thereabouts, and I believe he might be indicted. That is why you listening to me, it is not everything you preserve in this your WhatsApp. There are certain conversations that you may not be aware, you may not know the implications tomorrow. You may not know the implication of certain things, but you do them because they are WhatsApp conversations or thereabouts. At this point, when Aqua is in custody, when Onyeze Jesus is in custody, there are people they offended that will come into the matter. You see, this our land, this our town, this our country, Anonemia. There are a lot we don't know. The people Aqua is seeing today, Aqua believes that Soludo has dealt with him. It is not Soludo. I'm telling you, it is not Soludo. You may not know. It is not Soludo. It is the invisible hands and fingers. 2, let me tell you, let this one go down your mind. Let this sink into your head tonight, that you may go home with this. Aqua made so many mistakes. So many mistakes. He made so many unpreservable mistakes. Overcarried away. Aqua could not go and start producing one herbal mixture. Even if it's one. Use those monies you used to go about. Those monies you throw about in occasions and events. Use it to push that your product into the market. Maybe I'm speaking to somebody now, but using the image of Aqua. All of you. At the same time, I'm also speaking to content creators, businessmen. Be very, very careful. This thing content creators does, they will tell you that they know, they have heard about you. You built a very good house, a mansion in the village. That they want to video it and post it on the internet. Can you listen to me? The moment you allow that, that is the beginning of your downfall. If you're listening to me tonight, pick this point. Whether you live abroad, whether you live anywhere, listen to me. It comes to a time when content creators will come to you. Such videos, I make them once in a while, and I'm not showing my face so that it will be to whom it may concern. If you like, you learn. If you like, you leave it. The moment they telecast that your hidden house on the internet, they have exposed you to danger. If it is business, know it that they are only advertising your business place for you. They can influence it. You get the customers you need. You do your business. But when content creators comes to your house to record videos of your house and post it on the internet, go and ask any surveyor. Go and ask any surveyor, I repeat. There is what they call coordinates. As of today, you don't know. There's what they call satellite coordinates. If they take the picture of that your house, the video of that your house they posted on the internet, if they slot it to coordinate, satellite coordinate, it will show the exactly location of your house. They don't need any address again to come to your house. Somebody in Kano can be monitoring your house in Ekulobia, in Imo State, through satellite coordinates. Go and ask. That your house in the village so far is above 3 months old. That house is on satellite. The world is under surveillance and you don't know. The moment they want to plan you, they don't need much trackers these days. That's why you look at a lot of people, they come to social media, they show their houses in the city and all that. The moment you show your house in the city, I had to study deep into this and I saw the gospel truth, and this is the way it is. The picture of your house, if it were posted 3 years ago, please collect that picture. Go to Google and scan it. Just go to Google and scan it. Google will take you round. It will take you both where they posted it on Facebook. Then if they slot it on coordinates, it will show that this house is built in Arochukwu. So time, so year. Dedicated those details that are entering social media is there. Remember that this coordinate, it is not only the government that has access to it. It is an old surveillance unit used by American governments hundreds of years ago. Now, because America has outgrown that level, they let it out. 2, the same Google map you use to travel to people's house, once they get the details of that place, they slot it into system. They will come to your house. Kidnappers can use it. Security apparatus can use that. All your activities can be monitored. If you are doubting me, go to the market and buy ordinary CCTV. Connect it to your phone. Download the app on your phone. Connect it to your phone. You will be in the city watching the same satellite. The same CCTV in your village. You'll be watching the same whatever that is going on. In fact, some of them dictate human movements. It will start ringing alarms on your phone. It's not the usual CCTV you even use now that is ringing. There are other powerful ones. There are CCTV you can get for 200,000, 250, 120, even 90,000 naira. Then there are CCTV, each one for 800,000. Are you aware? Go and find out. And those ones that are more expensive are even more secretive. So how do they get network? It is through server. Through the same server, it connects you to coordinates. Satellite coordinate worldwide. America do not need your home address before they will give you a strike. They can gently trace you through the satellite coordinates. Ask any surveyor around you. If a surveyor comes to your compound, the surveyor does not need to move around to know how many plots of land you have in your compound as of today. The surveyor will sit one place, press his phone, and know how many square meters your compound is. And even bring it out on the satellite coordinate before your own eyes. Do you know why I'm telling you all of these things? You ought to be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. Don't say I didn't tell you. You don't have enough security in your house in the village. Once you come home and finish celebrating Xmas, you run back home. You run back to the city. Your house is left lonely. People will be laying targets according to those pictures and videos they have posted. This is your village house. You are not using it for any competition. You are not using it to challenge anybody. Let me tell you, some rich people who do not also do the same thing, they don't live outside. In their villages, they have mansions, but it is not on the internet. Despite not posting it on the internet, it is also on the satellite coordinates. The server bears, in fact, it will interest you to know that write your village name, your kindred name on Google Drive. It will direct you to your village. That's your local village where nobody knows, your kindred. It will take you there. It is through the satellite coordinate and server. Why did I say these things? Aqua does not know that building those hotels in his name will trigger his enemies as of today. From the level of blind investment this guy made, he became an enemy to himself. I do stay on this blue app and somebody will call me hungry governor. I will not reply him. Somebody will call me Mugu. I will not reply him. If you are wise enough, more wiser than Governor Ezioku, your life should have impacted this world more than the level Governor Ezioku has impacted. I understand that some of their problems are envy and hatred. Unnecessary hatred of which adds no value to me. I have no need to compete with you. I have looked so deep. I've never seen where Bill Gates made one post on the internet challenging Aliko Dangote that I am richer than you. I can buy you and buy your country. Mark Zuckerberg has never gone to challenge Elon Musk. Go and check all those people whom are busy ranting mugu, poor, hungry, go and look for a job. They are jobless. 2, you don't need to compete with them because elechagara abohojo. All of you watching me all of you listening to me right now. Can one of you, can all of you, can any of you here post the video or the picture of Governor Yesewike's house in Rivers State? It will interest you to know that house is a mansion, is a castle. He bought all the lands left and right in Chinda. But it will shock you that if you browse on the internet, you cannot find that house. Do you see how they seal themselves? Please help me hit the like and love and share button. Kindly do it for me. It is not there. The house where Aliko Dangote lives right now, you and I don't know. Now, do you also believe that the satellite coordinates, once they are using it to monitor any area, the government knows where you are. They know where you are. I'm not hiding, I'm not kidding. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Do you know that the satellite coordinates dictates human movement? So by the coordinates, of which we don't also know, we only afraid that people can hack into our account. We are not even afraid that people can hack into our security system. You don't know. So do you also believe me that somebody can hack into that server to be aware or to dictate when you are in your village? When they can come there and track you. That's why you must be careful. You can only advertise these things when you know you have adequate security in your village. Knowledge is all you need. If Aqua had built those 2 hotels as a secret investment that nobody knows that Nwadibia can do this, Aqua wouldn't have been in detention today. Despite his illegality, his crazy and dirty attitude, he wouldn't have been in the cage as at now. And those hotels would have been well managed. Even if you arrest Aquasa today, the hotels would have been, businesses would have been flourishing there right now. But as I speak to you now, I challenge you, in Aqua's hotel, you cannot find 8 persons lodging there now. Somebody said to me, Ugo Best said to me, don't you have any other thing to do on social media than to talk of native doctors? Okay, even in the classroom while we were growing up, you will be in the classroom, they will be teaching a very important subject, and you discover that your fellow student will conk your head. Just like that. They want to use their own playful lifestyle to distract you from learning. And sometimes, you know what the teachers does to them? The teachers will cane their head in Africa and probably walk them out of the class. So right now, Ugo Best, you have qualified for such punishment and discipline. Therefore, I'll delete your comment and suspend you from this page. And this is a very small boy. Come on, get out from this page. I block you. Now, do you see Emma Onyekachuku said, and same government can't track kidnappers. I don't want to say certain things here, but let me tell you this. I want to quote a former head of state here who said that anywhere criminality or terrorism lasts for 3 good days, the government is aware of it. The government is part of it and they are the sponsors. It's not as if people know they see governors or some senators that comes out openly. Go carry them and make you see whether government they work. Except when they have agreed to buy one of themselves. That one go buy, nothing will happen. Are you listening to me? People don't understand here that, let me tell you, those guns where kidnappers they carry the waka about, now them produce them, now Nigeria produce them. That is AK-47 rifles imported from abroad, from a foreign country. Who takes watch over the waterways or the airport through who these things shall come in? Is it not the government? Are you listening to me? The same government who form blind eyes and these things will come into the country will still be the ones here telling you that they are fighting corruption, they are fighting terrorism, insecurity and all that. Oh God, they are aware. Okay, take for example, we have lesser manpower in the police nationwide, lesser manpower in the military nationwide. I want to ask you one thing. You and I knows too well that we need more manpower at the police level to curtail the insecurity. But when they are doing recruitment, you see that some senators will sell it to some fingers that are so incompetent. You as a young boy will be looking for a job. The negligence of the government who has graduated students they cannot employ resulted to the Yahoo boys and kidnappers you see on the streets. When you graduate somebody, you employ that person. I've said this before. You see those women selling ogo at the local markets around your junction. All of them are not illiterate. Some of those women are graduates. Some of them are even teachers. Some of them are nurses, medical doctors. But due to the lesser salaries they get, they will come back in the evening. Are you listening to me? They will come out there in the evening to come and sell ogo, fufu, and those things you see them sell, mango and fruit. They are not lazy. It's just that nobody has employed them. You know how many people don't pay money, may they join police, then chop their money. Once the FG announces that they are going to recruit 20,000 more policemen right now, some of these senators are ready to even lobby from that up and take to 200 each. Share it to 200. Federal House members take. Ministers collect. Former governors. Some of them go as far as selling it. So when you do things sincerely, there are things I should have said here tonight, but I'm not going to say it ordinarily. When things are done on merit, are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? They will share all those slots to some fingers of incompetency, and abnormalities in the society. And at the end of the day, you keep experiencing insecurity. The same sickness you've taken medicines for, no way, no total cure. Now let me go to another point here I want to make shortly and I leave here. So For those of you, I'm only using Aqua to give you an example. These cars are parked here. You see him lined up all over his compound, making videos of them. Aqua has never driven. The highest journey Aqua has traveled to with this vehicle is 1 or 2 times he went to Enugu. Other ones, he's only using them as treasure base to lure people. Is this still the same native doctor work you do? That you are sampling cars of over ₦1 billion in your house? And some billionaires, some genuine billionaires around will begin to count. You know how Africans does now? They see with this guy now, people no go to respect us again. Far on investments. And secretively, most of those companies, Dangote, this Dangote, do you think it's only Dangote that owns it? Not only Dangote. The problem with some of these people is, look around them. In the hand in so hagare bonde or they call them the network is still bad. So that is, by the way, the next thing I wish to point out here is Wagaji made a video today. Wagaji made a video today complaining something. Although Wagaji did not say things as expected of him, but nevertheless, he was still trying to protect the business of his friend, Summer Best. And at the comment section, I came there and I commented something, and people came there reacting negatively. I laughed over it. Do you know why I started this message from Aqua? Summer Best, wherever you are now listening to me, too much of everything. Too much of everything. There's a bad. When people pay you for vehicle, I had to point it straight and tell you now. My brother delivered that vehicle to them, or there is a patego in Africa, or there is a patego anywhere. And I'm also telling bloggers, influencers, and thereabouts. People also calls me for endorsement, and they may endorse in the 30,000 followers or for the more. A lot of people do it. Okay? Most times, fans, every good blogger must listen to fans. If you're a social media person, you must listen to your fans. It's very, very important. There was a time I went into adverts for bitters. I just had to do it then. Man, I know a lot of people who came in box and told me, Governor Zuku, at your standard, you are not supposed to do this. And I heard many of them. I said, please, let this time just pass. Let that little endorsement be over and I will stop. I made it as a promise to them. So, Summer Best, I'm telling you clearly that this Wagaji you see here, people are mounting pressures on him also because they saw him, they see him as your brand ambassador. If anybody pays you money for vehicle, my brother, or if I have followed the complaint people gave to me, Bitoku on social media, what people would have said, Debo, Nana Basigogo, no na dream easy pull down business in them mother. But 99.9% of those people who will come and attack me, they can never let their 20 million naira go into another person's pocket without the person delivering, and they will keep quiet. They will run back to Governor Zioku and start dragging me out of the fight, into the fight to come and speak for them. So to every business person, if you have a brand ambassador, respect them. Even if you didn't pay that person any money, brand ambassador means a mediator. It means this person is your mediator. And a lot of people will trust your brand because of these people. These ambassadors. You should be able to respect them at least. Obro, my ambassador, if your ambassador calls you and say, let's so thing, so person brought complaint, stop every business. I spoke to Summer Best this evening on the call, but that does not stop me from airing my view, because I also told him the same thing. It is very, very important. I used to do these things. People, once they give me complaint, I will come on the social media and I will start reacting. Sometimes it affects the people's business. I know. It affects their business. Those people they don't also appreciate it, because let me tell you gospel truth. Most of those who go the people don't even call me back again. I just give them that money and go my way. Or they're easy. I also understand that business will ups and down. It happened during the time of Mwagata here. So when I noticed that Mwago is not somebody I should be talking to on the social media, I had to seek for the attention of Mwagata here on the private. Mwago started sorting so many of these things. You don't hear me attack him. You don't hear me talk against him again. In fact, in Ngopala, as I speak to you, since Mwago went into real estate, the landed properties Mwago Ataya has acquired in Ngopala will marvel you. And I am happy because you are bringing these investments to our place. If anybody is buying land from Mwago Ataya, I am not his ambassador. But once you mention Ngopala, I know where Mwago has property. And if I call Mwago, Mwago would surely listen to me. Igo Yalanaka or Sigino Genyigi allocation once his land. Ebaho. Even the ones he owns in Ngopala, he has not started selling, no. But I am telling you that he has lands there. I am aware. Now, I try to find out why are these people not selling. Who owns this property true? Yes, he acquired it from some communities, some villages. But Mwago said he needs to go to the state government and get certificate of occupants. I mean, CFO, yes. So that while he is allocating lands to people, the people will have a soft copy, a reference CFO to that property he has sold to you. When I saw it, I say it's clear. This one is clear. Summer best. La chazona burukwa. Everybody near remote abroad. La chinazo burukwa. Everything abu go. Egondo one in a what at the end of this age. In fact, Kangwagi summer best. If out of Kigosu one on a meme, you have walked into certain level at the same time. And this level everybody who sees summer best and I respect summer best even when you don't have it. As a business person, any influence that will not bring genuity to your business, you will run away from that one. Every business person listening to me, while you are endorsing influencers, that little money you are paying to them is not their life. It does not worth their life. I learned that somebody told me that Wagaji, people has been threatening Wagaji because of summer best. Get one on a Dubai. Is this young man eba? Ogadigo bimma. Ihe may tomorrow. If he did not talk today, if he did not speak up today, ihe may tomorrow, nobody will know where the thing is coming from. But this one came out from the mouth of your ambassador. This tells you that you need to go and work on certain areas. The same goes to everybody. And where everything now what I can influence. Then Wagaji, I'm also telling you this if you're listening to me. Uncle IB just commented here. I believe they will share this part with you. Before you sign any ambassadorial deal with anybody, go and check that person very, very well. Go and do your private findings. Check if you can withstand whatever comes out of it. It is very, very important. Don't say I didn't tell you, because mistakes repeat itself again, which means it is intentional. And ignorance is never an excuse. Take your time and consider, look into this particular side, Wagaji. Don't say I didn't tell you. It is important. It is important. There is one man who I discussed something with, and it's a business. I discussed it with the man. Say, on this thing, if I am selling it, one, no sign any ambassadorial deal with me. In 1.5 million or 2 million naira. In him that money, in that in influence. And when people who believe in me, Makachuku, if I lift a phone up, now, or lift anything, people will speedily buy it. Then, what matters here now is this. If I should sell that product to them and that product is not good, what if it fails and those people will lose confidence in me? When a blogger wants to lose value or the respect he commands on the internet, he loses it once. Especially when it has to do with public funds or public interests. Or they are easy. So it should be checkmated. 2, to the audience listening to me right now, if any influencer advertises anything, you want to buy it because that influencer was the one who advertised that thing, pay that money through that person. And when they see go motor, I don't want to call the name of the dealer. They paid the money through me. They paid the money to Governor Ezioku's account. Highest difference in Adinimia Bonya Hosege out of 10 million naira, Koti 10 million 200. Muamana, that person who is paying that money is very, very intelligent. Ojo Sochi Konyemoa. So if the person takes my own account number, where we got instead of 10 million or we got 10.2 million, Governor Ezioku take 200, is danger. If anything happens, Ogebu Zorosha Governor Ezioku in Ngopala, where Zion is sighted, do you know how many people who bought land through me? Those lands gives me sleepless nights as I speak to you. On a name sleepless nights. Reason is this: if there are encroachments in it, do you know a problem? Oja Haga Abaku, how many years insecurity at that place? The person Hageku, how long or after phoning them Tralia, what you will hear about that now Ogo Korala Governor Ezioku when not there, where they got here, where menka. That's what they will say. They will not say man the innocent. Now, let me also use this opportunity to tell you what you don't know. Do you know in the beginning when people started buying land speedily in Ngopala, I came out on social media here. I came out on the social media and I warned people, mind where you buy. Because the truth is that it is only few of us, the indigenous, that will strong our mind, that will stand strong and tell you the truth. That lekwebo bidoro lekwebo kwosere. Because anyway, to government issue when before. Government did not pay us kobo. Government by force. So, anyone as indigenous mebo obidoro mebo endre. People we are buying. Go and ask anybody. To some extent, Ebukobi came out on the social media and announced it that him and go had a problem. Some people who doesn't like Governor Ezioku on their cameras and started fighting me unnecessarily. My patient was this: if you like it or not, I am an indigene, and not just an ordinary indigene, a super indigene. Go and ask. Do you know that there are people who bought hundreds, 20, 30 inside that place? Government is annual indigene, stay away from. As at today, as I speak to you, heaven bear me witness. I don't compromise the truth for anything. Do you know that Caterpillar, Mecharaga, those places, people block now, push ya down, bulldoze ya down. Those lands you bought as stranger, who doesn't understand anything, has been taken. And it is now that you can now remember and you start calling Governor Ezioku na Igor Alanaka somebody, no fake land. And I got there and I saw the land. we fear that now the land aboro fake. The land they bo now these people, these kindred, now then get them, but the land they enter, they quickly sold it cheap. They quickly sold it cheap so that you will pay. They will use their money for another thing, knowing fully well that that land will be collected. It will be taken from you. Here we go home another thing. Then now you are calling me. Do you think I'm a fool? Chisom Alexandra, you send the inquiry. You are out of this page right now. Be very, very careful. Now, you bought it cheap that time. If you genuine one, say 3.5 million. It was for a big problem. I say close to Zion, close to Zion, close to Leia. They took you there. Go see Caterpillar. Go see Gebe Caterpillar Koshorono. A man hold that Caterpillar stop pro there. They will proceed further. You went and bought it 1.5 million naira per plot. As of today, you've lost it. Your 1.5 million for Hanya. The man of God also warned you. Somebody like me warned you. So I don't understand what people want. You cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. That was my confidence. And in the nearest few months again, some people will cry, "Ma." Some people will still cry, "Ma." I will be looking at you. The fact is that I don't understand why our people don't like the truth. I can never tell. I don't know why. You hate somebody that is telling you the truth. You hate including the truth the person is telling you. Then when you become victim, that is when you remember that that person exists. If you are buying anything because somebody is an ambassador of that brand, pay part of the money to that person, even if it's balanced. Because let me tell you here, game. Let me tell you what will happen. Let me tell you what will happen. If you have a deal of 15 million naira with somebody you want to buy a car from, and you pay 10 million naira to the car dealer and tell the person that Wagaji will give you balance. If you pay 5 million naira to Wagaji, when Wagaji wants to send this money to the car dealer will not collect the 5 million naira complete. The car dealer Garcia will 200,000 or will 300 or will 500. Wagaji send the area that one. Wagaji will have screenshots. The person will have screenshots. The business if fail, it will hook the both of them. Giwana buzoiha na one zemado na my place. They will be fighting themselves to deliver. The influencer will be careful to deliver. The influencer will be on that person. Na deliver onya motia. Such money, there is no car dealer that will just eat that money, even if it's real estate. Hook that blogger. He send the area, he save you the screenshot of that money. If the car dealer starts failing, you hold that blogger first. Because all you can fanya. Or real estate, you hold that person. Okay. You hold that person first. Hold that influencer. Indict them. Be smarter than them. So that is why you see Wagaji crying today. So Wagaji, raise your phone, stay customer best, resolve with him, point out those people who must have given you complaint. Those people who say that Summer Best did not meet up. Point those people to Summer Best and tell Summer Best to resolve with these people. This is the way they do it. This is the way they do it. In so doing, he would be able to resolve with them. Are you getting what I'm saying? This is the way it is. Now, let me also tell you, don't fight a battle with anybody that has nothing to lose. Fans, are you listening to me? Don't fight people that has nothing to lose.
The Lamb upon the
Shanamites. The God of governors.
The Bible says, and they lifted up the stone to cast out.
I love you.
But out of their
Let me worship him a bit.
He walked away.
The God of governance,
Change it to reggae. Let's go. What did I want to do? Jesus came and did it for me. Where my hand don't reach, Jehovah came and did it for me. I was supposed to die for my sins. Jesus came and did it for me. What shall I say? If you grow, if you have
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
He's on this Jehovah.
Let me play this song
The Lamb
again.
upon that throne.
Let me play this song again for you guys. These are the voice of Governor Ezioku. This is where I will round off tonight. You are the miracle working God. The lily of the valley. Comment for me here that I may call your name to this song. Comment for me. Emmanuel Ukebu.
Many plans have been made. Man, Jehovah can. The God of nature.
Comment for me, Topest fan, that I may call your name here. It is spiritual. The Shanawites. Precious. Watu, you're welcome. DJ, you're welcome. Steve Fire, you're welcome. Chinonso Enes, you're welcome. Ebuchi.
The Lamb upon that throne.
Olorio Kobamba.
The Bible says,
you're welcome, my brother.
And they lifted up the stone.
Ricky, you're welcome. You're welcome.
But out of their midst,
you're welcome. Obuchi. Linda, you're welcome. Nnamdi, Linus, you're welcome. Oyebuchi, Okonkwo. Emmanuel Ukebu, you're welcome. Odinaya loves you. Duke, you're welcome. Calvin Jar, you're welcome. Larry Smith, Ike, you're welcome. All right, good night to you all. Good night. Good night. God bless you.
Wetin I go fit do?